everyone! I've had a lot of complaints lately on my YouTube channel saying that I haven't been posting videos lately. And well, that's because it's winter and it's hard to get out prospecting in winter. But I took a trip down here to Hope to check out a few claims on the Fraser down by Hope, where the weather is quite nice, sunny and warm today. And I'm just looking right now to get down to one of the claims. I haven't been here before, first trip here. Luckily the previous claim owner told me about the trail down, and sure enough, I found it. It's covered in dead leaves at the moment, but he's cut stairs down here, and they're easy, only 10 feet down. And then over here, you can see his old sign on the tree. Stairs all the way down. He's put some work into that. And it looks easy. Looks like from the road down to the creek is about 3 minutes. Real quick. So I'm just gonna run down to the creek there. The Fraser River, and see what it looks like. See if I can find some gold. It's been a long winter so far. I need to find some gold. Oh, this feels great. I'm on the Fraser again. Look at this place, it's beautiful. That huge rock up there at the corner, that's off my claim. I'm basically on the top edge of my claim right now. There's a little shack on the other side. How cool. The steam coming off, oh, you probably can't, the sun's in the camera. A whole bunch of steam on coming off the moss in the corner there. Well, the bank looks pretty steep here, but I'm going to walk down to that corner. It looks like it flattens out near the water's edge and looks like a perfect spot. Inside corner, flatter ground, should be good. As you can see, it's quite steep, but over there, no, you can't see that, the sun's in the camera. Over there it flattens out. Lots of moss on the rocks here. You can definitely see sort of the average low water versus what it is right now. And I'm gonna go find a good spot and do my first pan. It's the Fraser. I should find gold in the first pan. There's gold everywhere here. Well, I think I'm gonna call this my first stop and see what I can find. Look at the steam coming off all these rocks. This sun is warm, beautiful out here. I seem to be on the apex of the corner at the moment. Nice big rocks here. Nice little flat spot. Gonna start with that. You can see a little disturbance up there. Someone must have been working there in the distant past. Feels so good to be out again. It's January 25th right now, so it still is the middle of winter. But down here in Hope, looks like spring's already hit. Go find my first little spot here to dig and get my first piece of gold. Well, the first two pans had about, say 50 pieces each. They're tiny though, tiny. So I'm going to move down a bit more and see if I can find something bigger in the faster water around the corner. I'm still on the top edge of the corner, which means slow water still. Go down a bit and see if I can get something a little quicker water, see if I can get some bigger flakes. But there's a lot of gold in there. And that was just that hole there. 2 pans full. It was pretty simple. Yeah. Typical Fraser. Ooh, let's get the sun out. Typical Fraser. Gold pretty much everywhere. Even though that was only one hole, I assume any hole I did around here, I get the same results. Anyhow, down to the corner. Well, here's an interesting gravel deposit. Can't say necessarily it's a good gravel deposit, but I'm going to test it anyways, and I'll let you know how good it actually is. Behind a couple of these big rocks here, obviously the water is washing this stuff, but leaving the little rocks behind, the pea gravel behind. So maybe it's leaving the gold behind as well. I wonder what kind of omen that is. An old prospector shovel wedged in below that rock. Water speeds up a little bit around this corner here. I'm hoping that will translate into some bigger flakes, but we'll see. Yeah, not quite as good as the last place. The washed gravels behind those rocks there only had maybe 20 flakes per pan, whereas probably getting 50 in the last place there. those kind of deposits where the gravel's all washed clean might be good if the gold was there before it started getting washed clean like that. But because the river's kind of naturally concentrating the gold at that point. But if the gold wasn't there to start with, it's not going to be there after. So only about 20 specks. Still, there's gold, but it's Fraser. So I'm going to try a few other spots. I see deposits that someone was working here earlier this spring. You'll see where he was digging up there, see what that looked like. And then there seems to be another little point down there. So just keep walking. Although I might try some of the lower stuff here before I move on. Who knows? We'll see. It got cloudy. It got a little chilly. So I went down lower again, just behind that rock right there, right down the water's edge. And sure enough, the camera won't pick this up, but there's probably about 50 pieces of gold in there. Lots of really fine stuff up there. A few slightly bigger, but still small pieces down below. So definitely better down lower. When I'm talking about how much gold I find in a pan, I'm using the 15-inch Garrett Super Sluice pan with a half-inch classifier on top of it. And I fill the half-inch classifier right to the top and then sift it into the pan, which gives me about half a pan of material. So that's sort of my my norm, is a half pan of material when I'm talking. Sometimes when I'm doing production stuff and want to get more gold, I will sift 2 half-inch classifiers into one pan. That gives me a full pan before I start panning. But when I'm just testing, I usually just go for 1 full classifier. 15-inch pan gives me about half a pan, and that gives me a good amount to judge how much gold is in an area. And that's about 50 tiny flakes in this one. So, not bad. Well, I'm at the top edge of the claim now. I just walked from way down there. Can't really see where you come down, but walked from over there all the way down, sampling along the way. I sampled the very bottom, 2 spots in the middle, and this at the very top, and found pretty much the same amount of gold in every spot. If you're down at the water's edge in the typical, behind a rock type area, about 50 pieces of gold per pan. If you go up the edge a bit more into more remote areas, it gets down to about 20 pieces per pan. At the top edge of the claim here, I noticed this. Obviously, the last claim owner was working behind this massive rock, and those gravels here were pretty high up on the bank. And I was only getting maybe 10 pieces per pan when I was checking those gravels out. So I think we're just too high up on the bank for that one. Although he put a lot of work into it. Hopefully he found some more gold there. Maybe it was just up on the surface and we're down too deep through it. I think the way I would mine this one is to bring down the gold cube with the little trommel on top, recirculate through a tub so I can be right down at the water's edge and not discharge into the river, and work the gravels right down at the edge. They seem to be the richest. And the gold cube is so good at catching fine gold, I think it would do really well. Looking down this way, this is the neighbor's claim. Really nice looking spot down there on the neighbor's claim. 2 of them, both of those points look fabulous. I also have a claim, basically that point you see down the river, way down there where the river disappears. Just around that is Emery Creek, and I own this side of Emery Creek. And I think, I'd have to check the GPS, I think what we see there is actually on my claim, down around that point. That's where I'm off to next. Check that one out. But I want to check out the side around the point. The side that is with the Emery Creek campground, because that'd be a fun place for the kids to come and camp and work. While I work, they can play in the campground and play in the creek and whatnot. So, this claim is good. Easy access, probably less than 5 minutes from the car down to the river. I'll time myself on the way back and find out. Gold all along it. Nice little spot. Beautiful winter day here. Love it. Well, that was 3 minutes, just under 3 minutes, from the river's edge back to the car. So I'd say that's pretty darn close. The road going in here is gated. Gate's open right now, but I didn't want to push my luck of driving down. If I'd pushed my luck and drove down to the top of the trail, nice vehicle. If I pushed my luck and drove down to the top of the trail, it would have been 1 minute from the car to the river. but I didn't want someone coming back behind me closing the gate, so I parked up here instead. Well, everyone, that was an awesome little trip. I'm off to my next claim. I'm going to go check out my Emery Creek claim. The Emery Creek claim is next, and it should be a nice one. I'm hoping to have nice access off the Emery Creek campground, so me and the family can go camping there this summer and work that claim. I'll take another video when I get there. Until the next one. Bye.